Christmas, folks. Merry fucking Christmas. Why can't y'all get your shit together by December 23rd? Just asking. I don't think that it's that difficult of a question. I mean, I had to go to work today. My dad, who works at a bowling alley, had to go to work today. What kind of sense is that? It's Christmas Eve. Everybody should be home with their families. I've been exhausted all day, but I'm not going to be exhausted all night because I'm off from work for the next 2 days. 2 fucking days off in a row. There's a stream happening right now, Dr. Earl. I really want to know Reese's Pieces. That's a good one, Vilena. And hello, Serial Assassin and Steve Coat. You really should have gotten some popcorn for this, honey. Fucking people complaining that there's nothing left. Your ass should have been here yesterday. Why the fuck are you shopping on Christmas Eve? Don't you have presents to wrap at home? It's just, why? Why? What is the fucking point? I look like crap. My hair is a mess. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm always going to be real with you people, so that's why you rarely see makeup on my face. That's why you rarely see makeup on my face, and you rarely see my hair done up just right. It's just... Hello, accountant. That's agreed, Valena. It's anything being open past 2 o'clock is wrong. And there's so many corporations out there that do that. That's going to be part of my rant tonight. My rant's not only going to be about my job, it's going to be about others' jobs, about drivers of Long Island. How you doing, John Willis? Tonight's going to be just a straight rant night, even though I'm not going to get as loud as I usually get, because my dad is home and resting, so I don't want to disturb him, because, I actually care about my dad. But, it's just, why do these multimillionaires that own businesses get the luxury? That's what it's coming down to, folks. Spending time with your family. When you're low man on the totem pole and you don't own the business yourself, that's a luxury. Especially here in New York. I would narrow it down just to Long Island, but I know too many people in upstate New York that are having the same problem. And it's disgusting. I haven't heard much about it myself, Elena. With me being at work so much, I can't be caught up on actual news. Um, Last I heard, it was not just Long Island taxpayers at income tax, it was actually everybody's income tax with the new budget bill that he put forward. That was the last I heard of it. Whether it's changed since then, I don't know. So, I just can't deal with that shit right now. I have so much on my own plate. Uh, at, why is it? I'm part of the reason the owners can be so greedy and want so much. Don't apologize, Valena. Not at all. Um, it's I just haven't had the time to catch up on it myself. So you're gonna have to ask somebody else that's a little bit more up on it than I am. So please don't apologize. I'm not angry with you about that at all, in the slightest bit. So there's nothing to apologize for. Uh, the reason these corporation owners can be so greedy is because of you procrastinators. Now, there are some exceptions. I myself, if I didn't do any shopping online or at my store, I would have nothing for Christmas up until today. That was very sweet of you, Valena. Um, the procrastinators out there actually sitting there and waiting until today to start your shopping. Are you insane? Are you insane? You waited until today to start. What? No. Today is the day that you have for your last little items. Dollar store stuff, usually. Not a problem, Chad. We hope to see you soon. Oh, and because it's that kind of night, and it's been that kind of day, it's that fucking time. Why is it all the fucking animals have to come shopping at my store? These fucking animals that sit there. After you tell them, this is the back of the shirt up there on display. On the board here is all the fronts of the shirts. What size do you need? I don't know just yet. I'm still waiting for an answer. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. I walk away. And what do? They proceed to pull out every fucking shirt and unfolding it so they can look at the back. When I've already told them the back is on display up at the fucking top. Merry Christmas, Clam. Do you people just not listen on purpose? Or is there an actual physical disability there? Because honestly, if you didn't hear me tell you that the design on the back of the shirt is on display all the way at the top of the fucking tower, you should have sat there and said something. Because I know you heard me say something. You were looking me straight in the eye. And then we get the people who decide, oh, I like this glass set. Let me open up the box and make sure nothing's broken. No, 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 no. Do not do that. Because guess what? You're liable to break it. And it's been on for 10 minutes now, Earl. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. And then you go over to the clearance section and look at our old Christmas ornaments with pictures of it on the box. Oh, can you open this up for me? I need to see what it is. Pictures right there. It looks exactly fucking like that, and that's the actual size of it. It looks exactly like that. It's exactly that fucking size. Why do you need to open it? And it's a metal ornament, so it's not going to be broken in any way. It's just on clearance because we've had it for 6 years. What is wrong with you people? YouTube is backed up like that. There might be a lot of people streaming right now. I don't know. Uh, we'll see what happens. I got 9 people watching right now, so it's not terrible. I'm sure there will be more in soon. Yeah, exactly, Willis. Another thing. When you come in and you ask for a gift card, don't sit there and... Because I had this woman yesterday. No, I'm sorry. She was on Thursday. This woman was on Thursday. This is the woman I started to tell you about but never got to finish. When you sit there and start babbling on, the gift cards are from back there, not out here, right? Because there's been rumors of people going around emptying these out here, like they do at Target and Walmart. You realize they have to be activated and have money put on them before you leave the store? That's why they're empty? That's every gift card on the fucking planet, you stupid cunt? Who the fuck doesn't know that? Who the fuck does not know that you need to activate a gift card to put money on it so that it can be used? What fucking store is going to be stupid enough to have a gift card full of money just sitting out on display for anybody to just grab and walk out the door? Merry Christmas, Mello. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Valena. She had no fucking clue. She swore up and down that people were going around emptying gift cards. Excuse me. They're empty for a reason. That's why when you see on the cards that you have with them, that little cardboard thing it comes in, it sits there and tells you a limit of 25 to 50 for the Visa gift cards. That means that's the amount of money you can put on it. That's the limit of money you can put on it. Exactly, Chance. It's fucking ridiculous how stupid people are getting. Fucking crazy. It's crazy that I have to sit there and tell people this. And this is the same woman that's sitting there trying to carry on a full-blown conversation with me. And then in the middle of the transaction decides, oh, I want 2 gift cards. I have a line. This is not about you. I have to get through this fucking line. So make up your fucking mind or go sit the fuck down. I don't know what else to tell you, bitch. Merry Christmas, JP. That right there, Bello. Holy shit. Oh my god, that is the epitome of laziness and being so fucking cheap. It's disgusting. Somebody gave you a gift card to go and buy yourself something. But you want to instead use that money that is technically their money that they gave you to go and buy another fucking gift for somebody else. And guess what? That gift is another gift card. So you're out of no money out of your pocket whatso fucking ever. That is cheap. It is cheap. You're right, Mello. It is definitely regifting. That's how you regift a gift card. I fucking can't take that. That is just. I almost had a customer do it to me today. I almost did. I almost had a customer to do that to me today. And then he found a shirt for himself. So, you know what? It kind of made it okay. Because he used the gift card to buy a shirt for himself and another gift card. So it balanced it out. It was okay. I almost went off on several people today. You see, I'm trying to clean up my showroom to make it nice and neat for everybody, and you gotta stand right in the fucking way. And then look at me like I'm the fucking asshole. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that with me. How you doing, Alex? Thanks for stopping by. When you see a salesperson, and a salesperson is the person wearing the fucking name tag, you stupid piece of shit. You move out of their fucking way unless you have a fucking question. Because more than likely, they're helping another customer, which is exactly what I was doing. On my way, I was cleaning up the messes that you fucking made. Why is it when it comes to button-up shirts, fine, try them on all you want. That's exactly what we want you to do. We want you to try them on so you can find your perfect size, because we want you to be comfortable. We definitely want you to be comfortable. But after you try it on, button it the fuck back up. Don't just throw it on the hanger and then throw it back on the rack. Because all that's going to do is make me grab that fucking hanger and shove it up your fucking ass. And thank you, JP, for the donation of $5. How you doing tonight, Cardinal? Thanks for stopping by. And Marvin, what? How you doing, buddy? Do you do that to your own button-up shirts at home? Because if you do, I gotta tell you, they look like trash when you put them on again, when they're all wrinkled. Why in the world are people that fucking lazy? Why? Why are they that lazy? It's bothersome to me. I mean, I folded so many shirts and so many sheets of tissue paper today. Hey, this whole week has been nothing but folding. Whether it be shirts, sweatshirts, tissue paper, excuse me, fucking gift boxes that were destroyed from people opening them up themselves and ruining them. We do, Mello. We have the Dr. Sheldon Cooper folding board in the store. However, we do not always have the time to drag it out and fold every shirt. So a lot of the shirts that you actually saw in a picture I put up not too long ago on Twitter with our last t-shirt delivery was folded by hand. Fucking Christ. Yeah, we should have a soup to nuts folding machine, Mellow, but my owner is fucking cheap as hell. I mean, today, by 2:30, there was nobody in the store. Nobody. The asshole waited until 2:55 to call and ask if there was anybody there. Motherfucker, you have the access to view the store cameras on your fucking cell phone. All it takes is you opening up that app and looking and seeing, oh shit, the store's fucking dead. Maybe I should send my hardworking employees home. But no, you wait until 5 minutes before advertised closing. 5 fucking minutes. Guess what? We've been telling everybody all fucking week that we close at 3 o'clock. So 5 minutes to 3, guess what? They're not bothering to show up. So therefore, you making that call to tell us to close and lock the doors was a waste of fucking time. But no. No. No, you see yourself as a fucking hero with that shit. Hashtag sit the fuck down. My coworker had customers come in today with a gift certificate. Now, how it works with Harley Davidson is you can either have a gift certificate, which is only good for that store purchase that it was purchased at, or you have the national gift card. The difference between the two. The gift certificate, the paper gift certificate we give out that's only good for our store, expires after 2 years. Plain and simple, right? The national gift card expires after about 10 years. Obviously, we all know what the better option is with that one. Whenever we have an issue with the gift certificate, our general manager or our finance manager or the owner himself has to make us look like the fucking assholes. Prime example with today's customer. She comes walking in the door with her husband. They've been in the entire fucking week. I shit you not. They have been in the store every fucking day. Every fucking day for that whole fucking week. But today, she miraculously finds a gift certificate for $100 that was given to her in 2013. 2013, you've been holding on to $100 of somebody else's money. And you know damn well that it expires after 2 years. We tell them, my coworker tells them, typically, we wouldn't accept it. Our finance manager, who is in today, comes over, looks at it, goes, yeah, take it. This is our problem! Because you assholes keep bending over fucking backwards for these fucking assholes all the goddamn time That's why we constantly have these customers coming into the fucking store with shit like this. And even though you constantly sit there and say, but this is the last time, but this is the last time, but this is the last time, they don't fucking listen. They're just lucky that they spent $400 instead of just the $100. Otherwise, I would have jumped over the counter and strangled the fuck out of them. Especially since the fact that they showed up at 11:30 and did not leave until 1:30. Yes, JP, they do have a policy. Usually, when something is expired, such as the return or exchange dates or expired certificates, it's usually sorry, you're out of luck. That's usually the policy. However, the managers decide, we'll do it for you this one time. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Every fucking time we go through this, and every fucking time you say yes when we say fucking no, and you make us look like the fucking assholes by doing that. Even with your, but this is the last time, little speech. How about you go fuck yourself? It's fucking ridiculous at this point. Last year, now what Harley does every holiday is they put together this little gift thing that you have to spend $300 on Harley Davidson. Genuine Harley Davidson products, not the licensed products like this t-shirt is. Not the licensed stuff. The genuine Harley Davidson products. You have to spend $300 on that to get that free gift. Now, they used to have it in the fine print that you, in order to get that, you could not purchase a gift card or a gift certificate as part of it, as part of that $300. Thank you, Mello. However, this one fucking rich little cunt keeps waltzing her fucking ass into the store. And anytime she sits there, yeah, I want a $300 gift certificate and you're giving me a free gift, I want to punch her in the fucking face. She came in last year, pitched a fucking bitch, sat there and was like, well, I always get a gift. I always get a gift. And we constantly sit there and say, we're not supposed to, as per the fine print right here on the fucking sign. I've always gotten a gift. I always gotten a gift. Put your fucking reading glasses on, honey, and read what the sign says. I always get a gift. Then the general manager comes over. Yeah, we'll give it to you this one time. Fucking Christ. Do you realize what you've just fucking done? Then again, I should not really be surprised. I've been saving this little story about this one particular customer for a special evening, and what a more special evening than Christmas Eve. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the epitome of the worst nightmare customer. Hold on to your seats, folks. I'm gonna take a sip of my sugar-free Monster here, and I'm gonna light a cigarette because, oh motherfucker, it's time. I'm gonna need it through this story. And you might just want to buckle up, because this story, it's a long story. It's also one of the most fucked up stories of any customer story you will hear. So here we go. When I first started there was this one gentleman who kept coming into the store. Well, gentleman's not really the right word for him. Psycho motherfucker, we're going to call him from now on. One psycho motherfucker coming into the store all the time because it's closest to his house, and everybody there has known him for years. So apparently when I first started there, he's at least been coming to that store for 10 years. Let that sink in. That's the closest estimate I could get out of him because he's not quite right in the head. He used to date our marketing director before she started working for us. Before she started working for us, she was dating this psycho motherfucker. Well, how you doing, Timothy? Psycho motherfucker had this absolutely amazingly well behaved pit bull dog named Shady. Everybody loved Shady. Everybody loved Shady. Shady was not exactly a young dog. And sometimes Shady would come over to the dog toys and steal one and bring it over to Psycho motherfucker. And he would buy it for Shady. No, I'm sorry, Shady is the new pit bull. The first one was Sunny. Sunny. It was Sunny. He's not very imaginative. Sorry. Sunny always ran around the store without her leash. So everybody knew her. She always knew to come over to my department to get a treat. And she always knew to sit at that very spot that we gave it to her and to eat it there. So this way we could clean up any mess after her. And then she would go back over to Psycho motherfucker. This guy, again, coming to the store for at least 10 years before I started. He was caught at least 8 times attempting to steal. Let that sink in. I'll let that sink in for a second. He was caught trying to steal from us 8 times. And yet he was still allowed back in the store. But we all had to keep an eye on him. Because apparently little 150 somewhat pound me is going to be able to stand up to somebody who is 6'1", pushing 300 pounds. I mean, granted, I can hold up my own, but not against somebody who's fucking crazy. Because usually those people don't feel pain. Just saying. Then things go on down the road. He becomes more belligerent because it's becoming more and more apparent that he has gone off his medication. And who wants to take a guess in the chat here what he's on medication for? I'll let you guys in the chat catch up and that's a close guess. That's a close guess, Mello. Anybody else have a guess? A little more specific than that, Earl. Yeah, yes, he was a klepto. He was indeed a klepto, Marvin. But that's not what he was on medication for. He was going to therapy for that. Uh, Gorilla got it. Gorilla got it right on the head. Although, Mello got it as well. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. That's what this motherfucker's on medication for. And he stopped taking his meds. And they were expecting us in the motor clothes department, which is all women, to be able to handle that. Hmm. Well, S. Dollar, welcome to the chat, first of all. And secondly, when it's just bipolar disorder, you don't always need the medication to help you stay level. But when you add schizophrenia into that, that's a whole different ballgame. Especially, especially when you have anger issues on top of it. I mean, this guy. Sorry about that. Got ashes all over my keyboard. This guy has been known to say flat out that he would have no problem committing murder suicide. So that puts him in a whole different level than you, Dala. That puts him in a whole new level. When he started having issues with our marketing director and their relationship, it got to the point where things were just getting more and more difficult to deal with him in the store. So, we had to finally just tell our general manager that he was really not trustworthy at all. And towards the end of their relationship, he got so bad that he actually started to scare me. And I'm a girl who was a security guard at a racetrack. Little me, security guard amongst a bunch of drunks. And he started to scare me. But I never let him know that. I never let him know that. Because anytime he was in the store, I would always hold conversation with him as I followed him around the store helping him shop. And that's how I would prevent him from stealing. Because I would always be right next to him, talking to him about everything. Which also, in a way, does help people focus and get away from bad thoughts. And when he started saying that he wanted to talk to the marketing director, talk to our marketing director, because that's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to talk. He just wanted to make sure everything was okay. He just wanted to have final closure with everything. And she actually had an order of protection against him because he had made threats to go to her house and destroy the Jeep that he bought for her. And I sat there and, well, she's not here or she's very busy, so she can't really talk. He started screaming at me, calling me a liar, which in that case, yes, I was lying, but it was to protect her. He found out real quick that was a mistake. Because at that point, I looked him right in the face and said, if that's how you feel, don't bother coming to talk to me anymore. And that's when I got our general manager over to the department to fix that issue. And the fact that our general manager has a little assistance, we'll leave it at that, with him at all times, kind of tells you the area I work in. And when it comes to situations like that, I prefer he be over there. But it took up until last year to get this guy banned from the store. That tell you the kind of people I'm working for? Does that tell you the kind of people I work for? They knew this guy was crazy, insane, desperate for any kind of attention, whether it be good or bad, and they only just banned him from the store last year. Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't ban him from the store, they put him on a probation from the store. Really? Apparently, you have an issue with realizing that you just put your employees in danger for 14 years. 14 years of dealing with this guy. You put your employees in danger. I really don't know what else to say. It's just kind of putting that story out there. Just kind of puts it into perspective for a lot of people. What we have to deal with on the sales floor with not only the customers, but also upper management. And it's scary. Were you waiting for him to show up in the store with a gun, which he owns? He owns several. Most of are illegal. And just level everybody in the store. Were you waiting for that? Because that's what the next step would have been. And anytime you sit there and don't back your employees when they say no, but you say, yeah, but it's the last time, you not only devalue us, you devalue your policies. Just like your brand new policy of no cash refunds. Because of the fact that we have the reward system in the store and people are using it to pay part of their bills. Have fun, JP. I'm sure I'll still be here by the time you get back. The fact that these customers are paying part of their bill at the end of their transaction with the rewards money and then either paying cash or paying with card and then trying to do a refund while figuring out what was the rewards amount and all of that. It gets very complicated. So yes, having no cash refunds, but having that money put on account and then upper management sending a check back is fine. But when you fucking sit there, even after we sit there and tell the people at the beginning of the transaction that there are no cash refunds, before they put any money out, before any money is laid down, we tell them there are no cash refunds and that there is a limit of 7 days for a refund. We never use the word cash when we say that. We always say 7 days for a refund. There's never a cash refund allowed anymore. But then a customer bitches, whines, and moans and says, I'm never shopping here anymore. Guess what? He gets his cash refund. And guess what happened that day, folks? My draw ended up short. Because on that particular day, the cash I gave out for that refund was the only cash I took in for that day. And part of my starting bank. So, you fucked yourselves on that one. Sorry to tell you. And then on top of that, with the Christmas party, you want to be so fucking lazy and sit there and just read Google reviews of what we've done. And then pointing out a couple new people. 4 Christmas parties. 4 Christmas parties, not once has the motor clothes department been singled out for a thank you in any way. Not once. Yes, my job, Reb. With the Christmas party, it's always sales department has done a great job. They've sold 15 bikes for this week alone. They're doing great. They're doing wonderful. It's a great job having you all here. You're all doing so good. I'm so happy you're part of my team. And then service, you are keeping up a wonderful rapport with all of the customers. You're doing such a great job with everything. Thank you so much. And the girls in the office, you're doing great. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Speech is done. You forgot a department. You know, the people that are actually running around busting their fucking asses for you during the Christmas season? What the hell? Especially this year. Especially this fucking year. You only have 2 people in your department and you cannot fucking sit there and turn around and say, these girls are working so fucking hard for us. Thank you very much for that. You can't even fucking do that. Are you fucking kidding me? That's all we really ask for at the end of the day. If you could fucking sit there and just say, you're doing great. We really appreciate all of your hard work that you're doing for us. And we know it's been a very hard month for you so far. And we will do everything we can to help you out even further throughout the rest of this month. Because this is going to be your busiest month. We understand it. We will do everything to help you. We can't even get that. Hell, fucking Saturday sales meeting. Hearing my general manager speaking. Because my department is usually the department to answer the fucking phone. Nobody else in the fucking building that's an adult knows how to answer a fucking phone. In the Saturday meeting, he mentions in passing, and yeah, Motoclose is going to be busy, so if you can answer the phone, great, answer it, take a message, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. Excuse me? That's all you're going to fucking say? No, 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 that's not going to work. Because you know what? With that speech, your fucking salespeople waited until the phone call reached a fourth fucking ring before even pretending to reach for the fucking phone. Meanwhile, my coworker and I have a fucking line out the goddamn door, and we're having to stop in the middle of a transaction to answer the fucking phone. Oh, but if your salespeople answer the phone and it's for motor clothes, or if parts answers the phone and it's for us, we get paged 3 or 4 times to pick up the fucking phone. Nobody takes a message for us. Nobody takes a fucking message for us, but we're expected to take messages for everybody else. I got something to say to that. How about you kiss my fucking ass? I'm done taking messages for people. You can't sit there and take messages for us when you fucking see that we're jamming. And it's only the two of us, or it's just one of us in the department. You can't take a fucking message. Guess what? You're not getting a message. Anybody calls for you, you don't answer it on the first fucking page. I'm not taking a message. I'm telling them to call back. I'm fucking done. 'Cause that's fucking bullshit. I'm working my fucking ass off to try and clear out my department, while you're sitting on your fucking lazy asses playing on your cell phones or playing on Facebook on your fucking computer. I'm sick of it. I am fucking sick of it. Why in the world do I fucking need to take a message for people that don't want to take a message for me? There's one guy in parts that comes over, and our hanger rack, when it's full, he'll grab some hangers and bring them upstairs. He'll empty our garbage for us. That's one parts guy. Meanwhile, if we page parts when we're busy and the fucking four of you are just standing around staring at each other talking, and we have to page you twice to pick up the fucking phone? No. I'm done. That's ridiculous. Why do I have to take a message for you? You're standing around doing fucking nothing. Turn your fucking ass around, pick up your phone, do your fucking job. 'Cause that's where you are. You are at your job. You are not there for social hour. And then, of course, with it being Christmas Eve, people coming in. You still have boxes, right? Yeah, we have boxes. Don't worry about it. Okay. Take care of their transaction. Oh, but there's no tissue paper. That's what we're out of. Tissue paper. Ugh, I wish you had told me beforehand. Excuse me? You asked me about gift boxes. We're not always going to have tissue paper for you. Sorry to break it to you. Truth is, we did have more tissue paper, but there was none pre-folded, and with it being as busy as it was, she was indeed Billy Ricky. Welcome to the chat. She was a major cunt. We had quite a few of them today. You missed... Oh my god. Last two customers of the day. They were either best friends or they were sisters as well as best friends. Because they came in wearing the same boots, pretty much the same dress, had the same hairstyle, different colors, so, and pretty much the same makeup on. And they walk in the door, look around, and just go, ugh, it's so disgusting in here. I just don't know how I'm going to shop. Those are the girls I looked at and went, yeah, gift cards right over here. Get them and get the fuck out. How you doing, Sausage? I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. And yes, Merry Christmas again to everybody here. Thank you for stopping by and watching me. And listening to me rant so far for an hour so far just about my job. For an hour just about my job. Holy shit. Exactly, Marvin. What? Bah fucking humbug. And because I read this off at the beginning of the Christmas rush, I want to read it off for you folks again for those who might have missed it. If I can find it again real quick. Let's see. Here it is. November 29th of 2014, I made a little Facebook post. And because it was at that time that we had actually started getting busy for the Christmas season, back in November 29th. 2014, November 29th, we were busy for Christmas. We were not busy for Christmas until yesterday. But I wrote this back then. I read it off for you guys a little while ago on one of my shows, so I'm going to read it off again for those who might have missed it, and it goes something a little like this. Welcome to the Christmas season working retail. This is your simple and easy to follow orientation. Number 1, the greeting is always bah humbug and fuck off. I'm sorry, I mean happy holidays. Number 2, even if the item in question is labeled final sale and paid for 10 years ago, the customer is right in thinking they can return it. Number 3, forget all of your needs. You do not have a bladder or a stomach. You will not be hungry or have to go to the bathroom, as your customers are more important than God. Lastly, and most important, the customer is always right, even if what they are screaming and spitting in your face like a rabid dog is wrong. They are right. Remember these small tips through this holiday season when working retail and keep mumbling Serenity Now to yourself. You might get out early and sent to a mental home with good drugs before Christmas arrives. Yeah, quite a few people had that issue, Drew. And yes, Billy Ricky, I do work at Harley Davidson of Nassau County, as the shirt says. So that was my little orientation 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I wrote that. 'Cause it's true. Oh, it's damn true. Whenever these fucking assholes come out to shop for Christmas, they come in 2s and 3s in that door. So if you have to pee or if you need to take your lunch break, you're shit out of luck. And Drew, just for you, because it is your favorite saying of the show, oh, it's time. Sorry, Mello, I am not a wine drinker unless it's Chocovine. However, for this time of year, I have at least one customer who understands the trials and tribulations of working in retail, and therefore that customer rewards all of us within the store with a little holiday cheer every year. And this is what I get every time. That's a little product placement there, not really kid friendly, but I don't give a shit. Yes, you do need to try that Mellow Yellow. Besides the chocolate flavor, they also have raspberry and whipped cream flavored chocovine. So definitely keep your eye out for that. And yes, Reb, my favorite vodka is 3 Olives chocolate flavored vodka. So, and hello, Killdozer. Why is it, when it comes down to it, that people see you're busy and you're trying to get to the bathroom, that, oh, I have a question, I have a question, I have a question. Go fuck yourself, I'm about to pee my pants. Welcome back, Chad. I really can't fucking take these customers. Most of these customers that are regular customers know the ladies' room needs a key, because it's a one-seater bathroom. That's right, we have one fucking pot to piss in when it comes to the bathroom for the ladies. So, you see me with the key in my hand, and I'm walking towards the back of the store. It's a good guess where the fuck I'm going. Don't stop me, because by that point, I have already been holding it for 3 hours. Just saying. The people that sit there and complain yet again about there's nothing left. You should have been here 2 fucking weeks ago. Sorry. I really have nothing else to say to you. We got our shipment in for Christmas. We've been getting replenishment shipments in throughout the whole week. Your fucking lazy ass waited until now. Harley is closed until Tuesday. The factory closes down from, I think, Thursday night. No, I'm sorry. They waited until Friday this year because of Christmas being on Monday. So they closed down Friday. They won't be open again until fucking Tuesday because of Christmas. So there's nothing they could send out to us in time. And it comes ground shipping through UPS, so it's going to take even longer. Not my fault you fucking waited. Billy, you could do whatever you want as long as you're wearing those pit vipers. And folks in the chat, if you have not already gone and subscribed to Billy Ricky to go check out his absolutely amazing tunes, go check him out. He's also got an amazing chill stream that he does in spurts. So please go check him out. But please, in all seriousness, Billy Ricky, please don't die. We need you. We need our Billy Ricky. Okay. We also understand the customer's frustrations when it comes to the points of. You're welcome, Billy. When it comes to the frustration of the company making certain products and then for the season and then just saying, fuck it, we're not making them anymore. We get it. We understand that frustration because it pisses us the fuck off too. Every month, Harley Davidson sends out a little flyer. And in that flyer is the newest items for sale. Some of those items are one-time order, so we get a limited shipment of them. We sell a limited number of them, and then if we can reorder it before that reorder point is closed down because the item is now obsolete, we do. However, once that item goes obsolete, we cannot get it anymore. So, for that, We get the customers that come in and sit there and say, but this came to me 2 weeks ago. Why don't you have it? We had it. We sold out of it. And from there, it went obsolete. So therefore, we cannot get it anymore. Thank you for tweeting me out, Drew. And for everybody else in the chat, um, I have put the Streamlabs link and the link for the Teespring storefront right in the bottom there in the description of the video. If you would like to donate, please go ahead and do so. If you would like to buy a shirt or a sticker for Rage and Ink, or for the tattooed masses, which I'm going to be working on the next episode for that show very, very soon. I do promise you folks that are fans a new, fresh episode very, very soon. So go check that out. Mello himself has bought one of each already when it comes to the Rage and Ink. I really cannot thank Mello enough for taking the time out to buy that. To buy those items from me, it is very much appreciated. Damn it, Billy, get out of my head. But in all seriousness, it's coming soon. We're gonna move on now because I'm already exhausted from work. Um, so we're gonna move on to other conversations here. There are so many things. Last week's show, very funny, Marvin. Um, Last week's show, we started talking about drivers of different states with some people we had on the phone with us. We had Drew, we had JP, we had Dr. Earl, and we had Mellow Yellow. We had also little Miss Valena in the chat, in the Skype chat, talking with us about certain things. If you missed if you missed Thursday's episode, go check it out. There's some good information in there for some of you. But we also started talking about drivers. Y'all, you have not taken your life in your hand until you've seen Long Island drivers. Because there's no in between when it comes to a Long Island driver. You either have that one person that, even though the speed limit is 35, they're going to do 15 in the left-hand lane. Because they're special like that. And then on the other side, the other Long Island driver is the one that sits there and does 80 on a side street. Like I had mentioned in a previous episode, whenever I am coming home from work, whether it be with my dad or through an Uber driver, because I myself do not drive yet. For those of you that don't know the story behind that, I'm actually going to get in depth with you here right now. The reason I do not have my license right now is because basically 2 months after I had gotten my learner's permit when I was 16, I started to get very sick and could not figure out why. I mean, I would just walk with my dogs out into the backyard and just be doubled over in pain and just end up vomiting in my own grass. We couldn't figure out what it was because Pepto wasn't helping, Tums weren't helping, just soft, easy to digest foods was not helping. It got so bad to the point that the pains I would actually feel in my back, almost like labor pains. Because I talked to my cousin Nicole about the pains I had, and she's had two boys. So she sat there and looked at me and she's like, "Are you sure you're not having a baby right now?" Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure. So the pains were very similar to labor pains, and finally I ended up in the emergency room and found out I had gallstones that would actually pop out of the gallbladder and block the duct between the gallbladder and the pancreas, causing my pancreas to become infected. That was the first time my body almost killed me. That's the first time my body tried to kill me. I was sent home from the ER that day on heavy pain meds and a new diet. I stuck with that diet as much as I could, but even on that new diet, there were some foods that set me off so badly that I actually had to damn near overdose on ibuprofen and just sleep. And even with not being in pain, going out in public, there were certain smells in the air that actually make me want to puke. So I dealt with that for 5 years before I finally had another episode and found out that if I did not get it taken care of, my pancreas, the next infection would actually make my pancreas septic. In which case, I would end up dying. So, in the hospital 14 days straight at that point, had my gallbladder removed, had the infection cleared up. I've had no issues with that since. But of course, in that amount of time of dealing with those issues, yeah, exactly. In the amount of time of dealing with those issues, my permit had expired. I went and just recently have gotten my new permit, so trying my hardest to actually get my license. So that's why I have my dad either takes me or I take an Uber, or hell, during the summer, I sometimes walk home. It's a 3 mile hike from my job to my house. So, a 3 mile walk in the summer, it's a great workout. So, I am going to be trying to get my license. But again, when you work a job that's 8:45 to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 7 o'clock, that's hard to do. So, but now that that's all cleared up for everybody, and that you all know more a little bit about my personal life, when I'm coming home with dad or with Uber, you got the stretch of Montauk Highway or Merrick Road or Main Street, whatever you want to fucking call it, from wherever you are on Long Island. The stretch where we go to my house, there's a 2-lane turning lane to get down to the side roads where you need to go from my place. Everybody has issues with this area. Okay? If they cannot get into the turning lane, because what it is it's the two turning lanes, and then over to the right there is 2 lanes coming off of Meadowbrook Highway. So there's also a traffic light with a single turning lane to get you into the double turning lane up ahead. So this way those coming off of the highway have a chance to get onto Merrick Road. Okay? sometimes the people don't always fit in that short little turning lane before the double turning lane. So they sit there and pull up next to you. Whew, is that a fun experience? Because then they try and race ahead of you and cut you off. That's when my dad shows he's a real asshole. Because he will speed up and keep next to them. He will match their speed perfectly and just keep going with them and make them have to go through and go up to the next turning lane, which is the light after the double turning lane. However, some of these assholes don't take the message and try to turn from the straight lane. Fucking y'all. My dad has actually almost run people into the telephone pole. He has actually almost run people into the telephone pole because he would not budge. He would just sit there and say, no, fuck you. There's another turning lane up there. That's the worst one too, JP. That happens here all the time. They think you're going slow, so they just pull out and they continue going slow. Meanwhile, you end up on their bumper in 2 seconds flat. Oh, and underneath that snow is a layer of ice. That's the fun part. Absolutely, Billy Ricky. My dad is a fucking savage. JP, that's why you and I get along so well. Because you remind me of my dad as well. And I take after my dad in my own way too. Because in the summertime, somebody tried to do that to us. And I had my window open because the air conditioning doesn't work as well in the car. Because it's an old car. So I had my window open. This fucking bitch tried to turn in next to us. I stuck my head out the window and just screamed, "That's not a fucking turning lane, you stupid fucking cunt." And she just looked at me scared out of her fucking mind. So, you know what? I take after my dad that way. And I think that's why my dad's a little afraid of me driving. Because I've always sat there and said, I'd be very happy to go do races at Riverhead, at the racetrack out here. I'd be very happy to be on that racetrack. So, might have a little lead foot syndrome here with this one. Jesus, Billy Ricky. What I love, even more so, continuing on with the topic of drivers, is the way certain people in certain luxury vehicles love to park their cars. And it doesn't matter which brand it is either. It could be Mercedes, it could be a Bentley, it could be a Cadillac, it could be a BMW, or it could be a high-end Jaguar. They all love to take up 2 spots in the parking lot, because God forbid anybody parks next to their precious little baby. Yeah, cars like that I've keyed. Sorry. Just had to let that out. I am not the person you do that to. Even though if I'm not the one driving, I don't care. I don't care. There have been plenty of times a fucking Mercedes Benz with some self-entitled little fucking cunt behind the wheel fucking takes up a regular spot and a handicap spot. This was while my mother was alive and still driving on her own. Nice, Billy. Oh my god, Chad, yes, I'm gonna get to that next. Fucking entitled little shit in your brand new Mercedes going into EBT. And for those of you who don't know what EBT is, that's government funded check right there. And you gotta take up half a handicap spot. And when somebody fucking says something to you, you gotta sit there and have an attitude. Excuse me, but we're not the ones that's taking up a handicap spot and doesn't need a handicap spot. If you can't judge your fucking car, don't fucking drive it. And those fucking idiots on the road that are sitting there with a fucking 5.5 foot wide car and can't keep it in a fucking 6.5 foot wide lane. And as Chad had mentioned in the chat here, you ever seen, hold on, ever seen that special type of asshole with the lifted truck that parks in 4 spots? Because that little thing is just their little precious thing. Yeah. They're the ones that are lucky I don't carry a strong enough pocket knife. Because those are the assholes that I would slash all 4 tires. Actually, no, I would be the cunt to sit there and just slash 3. Because those tires are expensive. Those are the extra special tires. And those are usually the assholes that are parked diagonally. Because, you know, they're that. They think their truck is that big. Just like they think something else is that big. When it really isn't. Can we just say a little stick figure club there? Just saying. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird how that system works, Mellow, but there's plenty of people that do that. Yeah, it's their way of working the system. Exactly, Billy Ricky. Oh, Jesus, Billy. The shit we would all do on skateboards as teenagers. Oh, dear God. I mean, I never had the best balance to begin with, and the sidewalks here are not even anywhere. So putting me on a skateboard, I'm surprised I never broke a bone. Never broke a bone. I am so surprised about that. The amount of times I've gone flying. Oh, that's even worse. But it's just. And then the ones that get on the highway. Holy shit. You know, on the highway, everybody's fucking doing at least 10 miles an hour faster than the posted speed limit. Why the fuck do you have to be the one asshole to be 10 miles an hour slower? You realize you can still get pulled over for that, right? You realize this, right? I mean, granted, speed limit up here on the highways is only 55. At least for Long Island. Chad, I don't know about Buffalo. I heard some places in New York were going up to 65. So I don't know about Buffalo. I know on Long Island they're still only 55. So, on average, people on the highways here are doing 65. On average. Why do you have to do 45? Or be exactly on the speed limit? That's what I thought, Chad. Okay. I had heard, I knew for a while there, all over New York, it was 55 no matter what. But at some points in New York was going to go up to 65. So, thank you for clarifying that, Chad. Why in the world would you want to be the one to cause an accident in that aspect? Because that kind of accident is actually a lot worse than a speeding car actually losing control and ending up in the ditch. I mean, I've seen the results of both, and my God, that's terrible. Because you gotta imagine this with physics itself. JP, if Paige is around, you should bring her in for this. Because this is a physics lesson. This part is a physics lesson. In physics, things that are in motion will stay in motion. Things that are not in motion do not stay in motion. Now, you have a slower object and then you have a faster object. Try and keep up, Billy. Just try and keep up with me. Slower moving object gets met by faster moving object. Slower moving object is going to be in the equivalent of a brick wall. Because of inertia. So therefore, you going so slow compared to somebody going so fast, you're going to cause a more serious accident. Absolutely it is, Billy Ricky. It's science talk, serial assassin. Go back to sleep. When the slower object is met by the faster object, that faster object has to come to an immediate halt. And a lot of times these people are playing on their cell phones. Yeah, Mello, I got one little sign language thing for you when it comes to doing that part of the physics. Oh God, JP, that would take all night. So with that, as Mello just put in the chat, you're getting a massive amount of force meeting between those two objects when it's one slower car and one faster car. See, Earl, that's not the thing though. If if that were the only thing, if it was really just people not focusing because of daydreaming, it'd be a different thing. I saw this on our local news show, and it just pissed me the fuck off. There was actually a study done about in-car infotainment systems. And for those of you who don't know what an infotainment system is, that is the audio system for your car that includes the Bluetooth speakers and connectivity for your phone, the GPS, the radio, the iPod adapter for your music, the connectivity to iTunes, all of that. There was a test done with people and these systems saying that it takes their attention off of the road for a total of 15 seconds. It takes me 5 seconds to walk across the street. So in that 15 seconds, with you playing with your infotainment system, because you didn't bother to set the GPS before you started driving. See, that was the other thing about this test that was just like, what? That was why are we testing this in a way that people are not parked? Are they sitting there and fucking setting these GPSs while they're driving, therefore making it even harder for GPS to get a lock on their location? Holy shit. It's fucking ridiculous how bad it's gotten when it comes to that shit. And I cannot explain any further how detached. We'll go with that word. We'll go with that word. How detached from reality that all of society is becoming. That even when we're driving in a very large and heavy object that can kill other people, that we can't pay attention to what's in front of us, to our right, to our left, or to the back of us, because we're too busy playing with our radio. Or we're too busy texting on our cell phone. I am sorry. All that shit can wait. All of it can wait. Okay, so I am at the hour and a half mark here. I'm kind of running out of things to rant about. But I haven't seen anything from Canadian Basement yet about him wanting to go live yet, or him being set up to go live yet. So it's just, at this point, do I open the phone lines and let some of you call in? Or do you guys give me a topic in the chat to rant about? No, actually, JP, I'm leaving it up to you guys. Do some of you want to call in? Now that I've had my little bit to rant? Okay, he's going live at 11. Okay. So we got plenty of time. Or do you guys want to give me something to rant about? Billy Ricky. I don't have Skype open yet, Earl, so just relax. I want to get everybody's opinion before I open Skype. Dealer's choice. Peanut butter. Why the fuck does there have to be more than one brand of peanut butter? Is there really that many different ways to smash up a fucking peanut to make it a paste? That's an interesting question, Billy Ricky. In my opinion, I make tons of them, Billy Ricky. You should pay attention. You might want to be careful with that request, Alex. I just might do it one day. But getting back to Billy Ricky's question here, are base jumpers retarded or adrenaline junkies? Some of them, some of them are indeed. Some of them are indeed just retarded because they wait fucking too long before they fucking sit there and release the parachute. And then, because of inexperience, that they end up killing themselves. But the ones who are actually experienced in it and actually know what they're doing, they're adrenaline junkies. It's two kinds of people, Billy, Ricky. It comes to that. Now to get back to Alpha here. Heather, I got one for you. I don't know about you, but I think cell phone usage inside vehicles needs to be banned. Having it can be okay, but using your phone while in the vehicle needs to be banned big time. I'm going to fill you in on a little something, Alpha. It already is banned. There is already no texting while driving and only hands-free calls are to be made from within the vehicle. That's already in law. Oh, this fucking bullshit. Again, folks. Again. So it's already banned. However, in order to properly enforce it, we would need a hell of a lot more police force than we can afford to pay for. So that's why so many people are getting away with it. Until something actually happens. Yes, I know, Earl. I know I went out for a second. It was the connection for OBS just went wonky for a second, but I'm back. So things will be continued on. Um, Hang on, guys. I will take care of this. There we go. Since people have trouble ignoring certain things. Um, Ice cream. I can't rant about ice cream. I love ice cream. So I have nothing to complain about other than why the fuck is there still vanilla? The most boring flavor of ice cream. Why the fuck is it still being made? Anyway, uh, let's see here. Sherbet. Oh, damn it! Now I want sherbet. My love? There are many things I love, Alex. How you doing, Heel Steven? See, I'm on a Ben and Jerry's kick right now, so I kind of have to disagree with you. Okay, Bloodbeard. What do I think about mental illness? Well, it's an extremely important subject that needs to be brought forward and talked about on a serious level. When it comes down to it, mental health is a joke to a lot of people because it's something that cannot be seen until it's too late. And that's not the way, as an advanced society as we are, we should be. So I'm not exactly the best person to be talking about this. Uh, this is an issue that should be brought forward on a bigger show with a higher platform than I have, but it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. It's a very serious it's a very serious thing to deal with. I mean, I myself have dealt with depression since I was 15. And since the death of my mother has been a lot harder to keep at bay. So when I hear people sitting there saying, "Well, have you just tried to be happy?" It's not that easy. I mean, for women out there, have you just tried not getting your period? I'm just saying. Depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, um, Alzheimer's, dementia, all of it. All of it. It's not a joke. It's something very serious. It's what it comes down to with that shit is always, always, always know who you can trust to talk about your deepest, darkest things to. Like, there's a handful of you within this chat right now that I would have no problem going to on one of my more tougher days to talk about things that are bothering me. I'll talk to you about that in a sec, Hail Steven. Let me get through this. We'll get there in a second, JP. Just so that we could bring some lively manners back into this. When it comes down to the depression part of mental disorders and mental diseases, there are quite a few of you here that I feel I can trust, that when I'm going through my toughest times, that I could talk to. I haven't hit those toughest times just yet, and that's why I've been able to remain part of our community. As much as I have, coming as close as I am to this toughest time of year, um, plus having this show to vent about my job and having video games back to destroy things, it helps. It helps. Trust me, it helps. For me, that's a great coping mechanism. For others, it doesn't work as well. So, but always know who you can trust. Even if you have that second thought in your head that, maybe I shouldn't trust them with this, maybe they're not the right person, that could be your depression talking. And that could be your anxiety telling you that these people are not worth the time, because you're not worth anybody's time. So don't always listen to that voice. Do not always listen to that voice. I mean, I had that voice quite a bit with a certain person, and I did not trust that certain person with a lot of information about my toughest times, and I was right to not trust that simple person. So, but there are a few of you in here that have, even just on your shows, helped make me laugh, and that helped me feel better. I mean, that helps too. So, when it comes to mental illness, it is something that should not be a joke. It should not be something that's only talked about behind closed doors. It should be on an open platform. It should be spoken about properly. And it should have its own discussion. But we are not in that frame of mind of as a society yet for that to happen. And I'm sad to say, with how things are going, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I really don't think it's ever going to happen with the society we have today. And yes, yes, Mellow, with the health insurance being out of control with the medicines and all that, but however, we are also in a society that likes to over medicate. I mean, as you guys can see, I can handle my depression most of the time just fine. So, I don't necessarily need the medication, but if I was going to a therapist, I would be on anti-anxiety, I would be on antidepressants, I would be on all kinds of different medications. And as you see, I don't really need them. So, in some situations, yes, the health insurance fucking people over with the medications is absolutely horrid, but also with the health system itself, they like to over medicate, and that's horrid as well. So, with that being said, there is so much shit going wrong with all of the health structure and all of the prescriptions, the pharmaceutical companies, all of that. And it's just, it's something that we as a society actually need to get together about. And with us being so widely separated because of media, because of the news shows only putting out what they want to put out because they need their ratings, instead of putting full stories out there, it's just, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. It may not happen in our children's lifetime. So, and Heal Steven, my webcam works so beautifully through OBS right now because of the fact that I got a brand new router, which Mellow Yellow was actually very kind to announce, link me to with his research. So that's how I am able to get my cam to work so well. Plus, I am using an Alienware laptop, so it's got a little faster speed to it than just a regular laptop because it's meant for gaming. I thank you, Bloodbeard, for bringing it up, and thank you, Billy Ricky. um, and JP, haha, asking me to talk about fuckface. Ugh, dear Lord. The second that that man is no longer in control of the WWE, it's gonna be so much better. It's gonna be so much better. Because at that point, it's gonna be Triple H taking over, and he's gonna have a hell of a lot better grasp of what to do with everything going on there. and with all the talent that's readily available. I know there is, JP. I know there's a chance of it happening, and there's a chance of it happening very soon. Yes, I heard about that. I'm not trying to let myself get very excited about it because he's done something like this before. He sat there and made it seem like he was going to be pulling back a little bit, let others take the reins, let other people do what they think they can do for the business. But then he's changed his mind. So, with that being said, I'm not letting myself get too excited just yet to see him actually step down and believe the rumors just yet. I'm not going to. I'm not going to let myself get that excited just yet because there's still the possibility that he won't. And there's still that possibility that he'll fucking sit there and say, "Not until I'm dead, motherfucker." We don't know yet, Earl. He sold a lot of his shares for WWE. I think it was yesterday or today. He sold a lot of his shares. So it's looking like he might step down very soon. However, it's time. This motherfucker has pulled the double switcheroo on us before. And not stepped down. Now, I'm not talking about the whole storyline where he pretended to blow himself up in his limousine and pretended to be dead and all of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about private conversations within the shareholder meetings between Vince, the shareholders, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon. I'm talking about all of that. This is just as they were taking over WCW. Just as he was taking over WCW, it was going to be that he would step down, Shane would run WCW, and Stephanie would be running WWE. That's what it was going to be. However, as we all saw, plans changed because then, shortly after that, WCW disappeared. And then after that, Shane McMahon disappeared. So, it's hard to say if this time is the actual time that he is going to step down. We gotta wait and see. That storyline, that was a complete joke, Dr. Earl. That fucking storyline where Hornswoggle was his bastard child. Ugh. I rolled my eyes at that fucking thing. And I rolled my eyes when they fucking pulled that fucking same bullshit storyline out for Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan. Are you fucking kidding me? Do we really have to rehash so fucking many storylines? I mean, come on. Is your creative team that fucking lazy that all they do is just look back through the fucking WWE network? Oh, we didn't do that storyline in about 20 years. Let's do it again. Oh my fucking god. They're not going to, Earl. That's the problem. Even with Triple H taking over, if he does, he's going to have to go in there and replace every single person on that creative team in order to get better stories. He can tell them, I want this one and this one in a feud. Write the story. And the two people he would pick would be fucking amazing for a feud. But creative team would be fucking bullshit artists and just write a trash story for it. So without a complete overhaul and getting rid of all of the old and letting Triple H bring in who he wants to bring in, we're going to get the same bullshit. We're going to get the same half-assed stories, and we're going to have the same issues that we're having, even with Triple H being in charge. Exactly, JP. It's definitely going to be a while before they get literal storylines back on the show. People are constantly bashing Road Dogg, but Road Dogg doesn't exactly have as much say in the entire process that people think he has. So he's just one small part of a team. That's it. He's one small part. It's not all him. There are other people within that team that make the final call and say, yeah, let's do this. So, right, Mello, exactly. He is just the face of a company right now. So, when it comes down to the point, Road Dogg has a say in creative and in the production, but he's not the final say. So it's not entirely up to him. So people going to him and complaining about him and telling him he's doing a shitty job, that's not right. That's not fair to him. I mean, besides being part of the creative, he's the one that actually goes and deals with the wrestlers personally. Because of either bad behavior, good behavior, change in storylines, change in feuds because of injury, making sure that they're not injured, he's got a lot on his plate to deal with when it comes down to this. And the fact that everybody just puts everything on his shoulder. Because everybody knows the Road Dogg Jesse James. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows he's part of the team. And they always say part of the team. But yet, he's the only one that gets blamed. That's not right. It's really not right. And the fact that they brought fucking Kevin Dunn in. I mean, did they not ever watch any of his work beforehand? Like, I really fucking can't understand their logic with bringing him in. I will be very soon, Valena. Baby yoga. Well, it's just like, why the fuck are people piercing babies' ears? uh, but when it comes down to that, we will all see very shortly. Like JP says, it won't be until after WrestleMania. I think it's going to be, I want to say they're going to wait at least a month after WrestleMania to let all that hype from WrestleMania to quiet down. They're going to wait for those ratings to start dropping again. And then, bam. Vince McMahon is stepping down, Triple H is stepping up. I think that's what it's going to be, just so that they could boost those ratings right back up again. So we could see what happens then. But with the way the storylines are going, it may not even be a month. So, yes, Billy Ricky, yes. A couple of my earrings I did myself, so I know all about that. Okay. Now, since Skype has been a major pain in the fucking ass, do not call me. Let me know that you want to call in, and I will call you. Just because of the fact that it's been a pain in the ass for me. I know Earl said he wanted to call in, and I will be. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take calls now. So, Earl, are you ready? I actually was too, Reb, and I actually wanted to use it last week, Thursday, to open my show. But of course, it was being a pain in the ass. Earl, I said I would call you because with Skype being a pain in the ass, it's going through my phone instead of coming through my computer. So, and now it's going through my iPad. This is a problem. Hang up, Earl. See, I used to have my septum pierced. It didn't hurt me that much. There we go. How you doing,
Hey,
Earl?
what's up?
I'm doing good. What's going on with you
Can you hear
tonight?
me?
Yep, I can hear you fine. Can everybody else hear him?
All right, that's good. So Vince may be stepping down accordingly, and Triple H and Stephanie may step in. Now, will Shane have a say in so in the creative and the direction as well?
I don't think so because of the fact that he's spent 12 years away and Stephanie has managed to
Yeah.
cement herself right
Mm-hmm.
next to Daddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be Triple H and Stephanie. That's it.
All right. Okay. So, who would you, if you had your choice, who would you like to write for the WWE?
Mm, that's a really hard question to answer. Excuse me.
I would I would say someone that JP doesn't like, Vince Russo and Ed Ferrer, because they were the ones responsible for the highly successful Attitude Era from 96 to 2000, you know.
But that's the problem.
Hmm.
The people don't like them now because they're still stuck in that time. What they would write is not for the celebrities, the wrestlers that are today. You see what I'm saying? They would be
Yeah,
stuck
that's
in the
true.
past. They need to be brought to the future.
Yeah, they
See,
because you remember for a while when they tried to come back to the WWE, or basically when they tried to bring the Bischoff Russo era in WCW in 2000, they had to go with all sorts of family members stabbing each other in the back, power struggles, power takeovers, shit like, okay, Russo, you stabbed me in the back. How dare you did this, the same thing that we've seen in the Attitude Era, basically. But
exactly. And
and
that's
that stuff and that stuff is kind of wore itself out. Like the conflict between Jason Jordan and Kurt Angle can use a little boost, that's for sure. But
I think
the,
Kurt Angle is on his last legs. As
uh,
much as I adore this man and I adore his entire career, he's not doing as well anymore.
hmm yeah, probably they need some sort of general manager with massive attitude. Some of that all the wrestlers can despise, but we've seen that angle many times before with Vicky Guerrero and I guess what was it John Laurinaitis or Johnny Ace that he was known as at times.
Yes.
Hmm.
However, with that, it's not going to work. It's still not going to work. You can't try and bring back an era when they've
Hmm.
moved so far ahead.
No.
See, what they need to do is they need to make a new era. They need to bring in everything new.
Hmm. They need to bring in some ideas, other ideas, that will also get the audience going. Because you notice, most of the audience is like sitting there lame, cheering now and then here and there. It's like, where are the signs? Where are the people standing up in the crowds?
Oh,
Where are the
oh,
pyrotechnics?
oh no, Earl. The signs are being taken away by the security guards because, oh no, 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 we can't have you saying that on TV.
Oh, now really, that
That's what's
PC crap
happening.
going on. Yeah.
Whatever the WWE does not like, they flag and have taken away.
Wow. Because yeah, that's true. Because I remember people were spelling out the word asshole, and the USA cameras caught that a couple times until they had to shift position.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. What they need to do is they need to bring themselves into the new era. They need to start now creating a new era because we're coming up
Hmm.
to a new century very soon.
Yeah, I know.
So they need to start making changes now
Hmm.
while they still have 2 years.
Hmm.
Hold on 1 second. We have somebody else calling in.
Hmm. And they also need better promos for the wrestlers.
Well, that is not something
I know.
that can be
They're
handled
right.
that way. They
Uh-huh.
have to deal with the wrestler's training itself. Let's see if we can get this lady in here.
Mm. Okay. I think I know who it is.
I would hope so, but
Hmm. Not to. Um. Yeah, she may not need to call back or something, or you contact her maybe.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. It's just you know, I for a long couple years I stopped didn't watch wrestling because at the time I didn't have a TV. And when I moved here to Texas and I started watching Raw for the first time in how long, I was like very surprised on how mellow it has gotten, how tame it has gotten. And it's like, I'm trying to get used to this, because basically I'm used to all sorts of shit happening. I have to say, the ruthless aggression era was pretty good as well. And you got to admit, the shit that DX was doing around the 2006 was pretty awesome as well.
Right.
Hmm. Or the little bits that Triple H, the babyface, was cutting on Vince McMahon were pretty awesome as well.
Right.
I don't know if you have to be if you're senile, have to have your bedpan changed or whatever it is, blah blah blah. I think we all miss that.
Absolutely we do, but it's just
Yeah.
it's the fact that nothing ever gets changed without there being a major upheaval from the fans themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, the fans need to step up. They need to get on. They need to get on the polls of what the WWE should do.
Right.
You know, the thing that was probably the most confusing is the fact that they're trying to get Roman Reigns over as a babyface man or a babyface champion many times, but yet they booing him like crazy. because he apparently, what else, if I'm correct, getting rid of Daniel Bryan in some Royal Rumble a couple years back, I guess it was.
It's not even that. No, it's you see the problem with it is Roman Reigns can do the work in the ring.
Hmm.
Again, it comes back to creative will not let him.
Yeah, control that idea that you are not allowed to do this and not allowed to do that. Yeah, you must say this, you must say that, and putting the figure that I don't want to f up, I don't want to fuck up, you know. And a lot of wrestlers are now feeling that strain right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because let's face it, there's no other alternative. All the other wrestling companies out there don't really draw that much huge crowds.
Oh,
And there's no
finally, we have the goddess herself, Miss Valena, in the chat with us.
Woo! Finally, hi guys, how are you?
Hey, how you doing there, sweetie? What's up?
Doing great, absolutely.
Yeah, perfect topic to come in on. What would you say? What do you have as suggestions on to make the WWE better again?
Well, I was kind of like in and out of some of the conversations because I've been cooking, but
Uh,
were we talking about Vince McMahon retiring? Because I'm totally here for that topic.
Yeah, we're going over everything WWE right now.
So for that, I feel like he's overstayed his welcome, in my opinion. I think it's time for him to go. Earl, love you so much. Gotta
uh-huh.
disagree with you though. Vince
Okay.
Russo is absolute garbage. The
Uh-huh.
way he sees women, he thinks that women should go back to bras and panties matches. Are
Thank
you
you.
kidding me?
That
Are you
yeah, that is
kidding
true.
me? I'm a feminist, so of course I'm against that. Sorry guys in the chat. I have to say, like, that's so disrespectful. You got a ton of strong ass, badass women like Becky Lynch, Charlotte, that can actually go in the ring. He would want them to go back to evening gown matches, pudding matches. It's 2018. Nobody, I mean, yes, some guys want to see that, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day, it's so disrespectful.
And it
yeah,
would destroy everything that, yeah, they say AJ Lee and Paige did. No, it would destroy everything that Trish Stratus,
Yeah,
Candice Michelle,
yeah,
Lita,
yeah,
Michelle McCool, and
yeah,
Layla all tried to fucking do.
yeah.
hmm for the
Well,
women's
let
division.
me can I just say something about Candace? Because a lot of people shit on me for this. I get that she was a diva search contestant, but people fail to realize she took every opportunity and ran with it. So for that, I commend her. Yeah, she wasn't the greatest in the ring, but she did what she could to the best of her ability.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize that. So and she just had a match with Victoria a few weeks ago. She really does love wrestling, and people shut the fuck up for anyone that says otherwise.
Hmm.
Exactly. I mean, Victoria was another one. They didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
Victoria,
well, she's
Ivory,
gorgeous.
Lita, Trish, every single one of them did not take part in these evening gown matches, in these
I
bikini
know.
matches, in any of
Yeah,
these
Yeah. Hmm.
because they wanted to be seen as fighters, not
yeah,
models.
Athletes.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree. But then, of course, Vince Russo was like ratings, 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 ratings draw money, ratings draw numbers and such. But you can't just go by ratings. You got to have quality to get the ratings just as well. You know, I
There's
mean,
actually, I'll probably get in trouble for this, but there's a pretty big conspiracy theory within the community. Fuck it, I'll just say it. Where Vince McMahon actually paid Vince Russo to go to WCW and ultimately kill it. So,
I heard about
yeah.
that as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But then
I don't
again,
know.
WCW was having their issues long before he got in there, from what I
Mm-hmm.
heard from Ric Flair on his show.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this about Russo. I'm a Cornette lover. I love Cornette. I will be honest though, with Russo, he's all about the entertainment. He's not into wrestling. He's not
Yeah.
into wrestling at all. His heart is not with wrestling. Um, funny little tidbit, Heather, did you know that Russo's from Farmingville out in
Yeah,
Suffolk County?
yeah, I
Oh,
did.
okay. Okay. Yeah, so like a lot of people know him over in my neck of the woods, but He's a scumbag. He truly is.
Oh, absolutely. All you have to do is just listen to one of his radio shows. They're just like, this motherfucker needs to shut his
Hey,
goddamn mouth.
hey, I gotta tell you, bro, bro,
I
fuck up.
know.
Shut the fuck up.
It's getting to the point where you have to have a bro-o-meter on every one of the interviews you do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have my own cunt count with the Call of Duty streams I do with Basement, so he should have a brometer too.
Oh, well, now we need an absolutely meter. Absolutely. I
And
love
let's
it.
and let's also not forget there are some wrestling diehards out there who still feel that Russo was the man responsible for the death of Owen Hart in '99.
What?
Yeah, because remember the story was Russo came up with an idea, basically to have the Blue Blazer, Owen's character at that time, the superhero, come down from the rafters from the top of the Kipper Arena.
That's right, because it went over so well with Shawn Michaels.
And also Sting
Yes.
as well.
Much as
And
I dislike Russo, I'm not going to blame him for that. That was just a freak accident.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
I agree as well. But, some people still feel that he did it, including Cornette.
I think that's people just being conspiracy theorists and reaching. I like conspiracy theories, but not to that level, not reaching to that extreme. That's pretty extreme. I think that's just people hating Russo just for the sheer fact of his name, and just trying to look for any little detail to hate the guy. But
Yeah.
I just hate how he looks at women as regressing in society. I just think that's absolutely insane.
Sex objects.
I feel bad for his kid, who he has daughters, and his wife. It's a sad thing. But in terms of Vince McMahon, I don't know which one of you said it, but someone said that Shane will not take any part after Vince is gone.
I said I didn't think he would.
Yeah. Exactly, sweetheart. I'm 100% agreeant. I actually did, when I first started YouTube, one of my first videos was Shane McMahon coming back, and I did a little research, and to be honest with you, he's just an on-screen figure. He doesn't really play a big role backstage. He's just an on-screen figure, just like Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he is the chairman's son, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have any final say.
He doesn't have any say at all.
Exactly. It's Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H. Stephanie, especially with the females, she's helped the women really evolve in terms of wrestling.
Yes.
So Triple H has helped the NXT talent to the best of his ability. Unfortunately, once they get to the main roster, 90% of them get squashed because Vince McMahon does not like them. He's a little jealous, from what I've heard, that Triple H puts on better pay-per-view shows. The takeovers are amazing, right, Heather?
It's true. It is. Yeah, it's getting over. Every takeover
I have seen has just been off the charts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, from what I've seen with the fan base, a lot of them are just so excited that they're getting themselves over.
Exactly.
However, a lot of the times it is about the matches as well. So that says a lot. Whereas with the main roster, even during the pay-per-views, I mean, look at SummerSlam. There were 2 matches that they went over the roof for.
Absolutely.
And that was it. And that was SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year.
It's the top 4. Yep. It's at the top 4. Yep.
I was there, and I was bored through a lot of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Heather were at that show together. That's where we met. Yeah, and honestly, it was kind of a letdown. There was only a few good matches, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like I get it. It's the biggest show of the summer, as they like to call it, but realistically, they were only going off of that Fatal 4-Way. That was the only selling point of that show, in my opinion.
That was their only build-up.
Yeah.
If you go back to all the shows before that, it was always that Fatal 4-Way, that Fatal 4-Way, the Fatal 4-Way, the Fatal 4-Way. Meanwhile, it was the 5th Fatal 4-Way of the 5th pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, we're done with Fatal 4-Ways. Make it interesting.
Exactly. What's up, Earl?
Yeah, I was wondering, how was the attendance for SummerSlam? Was it a packed to the kills, or did it need more seating?
I would say it was pretty packed. See, our problem, and Heather can attest to this as well, they didn't open the doors until after the first pre-show match, so I was pretty pissed about that. You
Wow.
know, they didn't open until later on, and everybody was out there like, what the fuck, you're gypping us out of our money, which I have to agree with. If we're paying our hard-earned money, open the motherfucking doors before the first match is on. I don't give
No.
a shit. A pre-show match, it's still a part of the pay-per-view, and I want to fucking witness it live. I'll be the first to say I don't watch the pre-shows when I'm watching in my house, but if I'm fucking paying $200+ to see an event, I want to fucking see everything.
Absolutely.
That's
And the
just me.
ticket,
Yeah.
my ticket fucking said 7:30. I didn't get to my seat until 7:45.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
same. Yeah, that was like,
Yeah, I asked because there were a couple of clips on YouTube, and even Joe Cronin mentioned this, that there were a lot of many empty seats at tapings for Raw and SmackDown. They just had to hide it camera angle wise, from what I understood.
well, that's
Well,
what they do. I'll be the first to say I really would rather watch Raw in my house because, like, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the Raws and SmackDowns, they're not that good. Only like the special ones, like the 25th anniversary, that's worth going to, in my opinion. Anything else is kind of filler, except like the Raw after WrestleMania, that's lit. I would go to that for
Oh
sure.
yeah, I heard
well,
about. I remember seeing that.
that's
Vin-
always after
Mhm.
a huge pay-per-view like SummerSlam, Money in the
Mhm.
Bank, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania,
Yes.
that following Monday Night Raw is always the hugest one.
Oh yeah.
As of
Yes.
late, they've been
Mhm.
a letdown though because of the fact that it's just a repeat from the night before. So it's just like,
Exactly.
why the fuck did we bother going to the pay-per-view and watching the pay-per-view if you're just going to put the same shit on free TV?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Gina in the chat. And Reb, I totally agree. Money in the Bank is now a top five. So it's no longer a top four pay-per-views, it's top five of the year. I still think that SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yes.
It's debatable. It is debatable, but I personally love the Rumble. That is my favorite pay-per-view of the entire year. I don't know about y'all, but for me it's the Rumble.
Yeah, speaking of which, the women's division Royal Rumble.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on that one?
So it's mixed. I'm totally for it. I think it's great. I think it's needed to happen years ago, but now it feels like the perfect place because we have a ton of women. NXT, the main roster, they just brought up 5 women last month. That's huge.
Uh-huh.
Paige just returned. That's another woman. So we have a ton of women to round out to be 30 women if you add some NXT women in. If you want to also throw in surprise returns,
Yeah.
Legends.
or legends, which I don't know. I think they missed the cut
Wendy
with me and
Richter.
Heather. We're the legends. That should be included. But yeah, I definitely think there's going to be some returns. Now, if you want me to say about Ronda Rousey, I'm going to be honest here, and I know it's going to piss a lot of people off. I do not like her whatsoever. Gotta be
Wow.
honest with you. I feel like since she flopped in UFC, now she could try to run to WWE. No, get the fuck out of here. You know, I respect what she did in UFC, but at the end of the day, her heart's not with WWE. It's
Yeah.
not, because she would have
I
been there
know that
first.
I question that. Her being in the WWE is a very questionable. It'd be like usually the Vince McMahon would get someone who is a winner, not
Yeah.
someone who lost in the last 2 bouts they had in UFC. You know.
Yeah, I actually do watch UFC as well. And I can tell you firsthand, they wanted to get her when she was hot. Now she's kind of dwindled down a little bit. So I don't know if she's as much of a draw. I mean, of course she is. She's still a big athlete, but it's not the same feeling as it was in early 2015 when everybody and their mother knew Ronda and was talking about Ronda and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Well,
Now
this is the whole problem. They've been in contract talks with her
Yeah.
since she put Stephanie in an armbar.
Yeah, exactly, Heather.
That's
Yep.
how long the contract negotiations took.
Right.
And it's always been, oh, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming, and then all of a sudden you see her in UFC again. And she's like, the fuck?
Right.
Tease us
Exactly.
like that and then just let us go limp. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing with Brock Lesnar going from between WWE and UFC.
Can we just please just get the fuck rid of him?
I'm really glad a lot of people in the chat share my opinions. Usually I have the unpopular opinions. Like I actually hate Brock Lesnar too. I don't know if I'm alone with that one, but I think he's a lazy sack of shit.
I'm
Lazy
not impressed by him. I'm not really that impressed. First of
If
all, because he hardly talks.
you don't want him to talk, he's worse than Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll be the first to say, and this is where me and Heather kind of disagree. I have to say Roman, in the sense he's a workhorse, and I give him that, but I'm not really a fan of him. However, I have to say the guy puts his blood, sweat, and tears into professional wrestling. So for that fact, he has my respect. He's always there. He's always there. I always have a soft spot for people who are full-time employees. I don't really like part-timers. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people hate that, but I have to say, there's something about me. I love full-timers. When you're there busting your ass on the road 300 plus days a year, you have my respect whether I like you or dislike you. For that sheer
And JP, yes, we are all in agreement on the fact that he cannot use a microphone to save his life.
Yeah, that's true.
But when it comes
Paul
to
Heyman has to do that.
No, Roman Reigns.
Oh.
Yes, he cannot use the mic to save his life.
Hmm?
But when you saw him go off the script with John Cena, you saw what he was able to do.
Correct.
Yeah,
So that's what they need to do with him.
Exactly. They need to run loose. You know, need to add a little bit of themselves into the promos and stuff, you know? That's in a way allowing them to be themselves in a lot of ways, you know, and as well as sticking with the script.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not necessarily Roman's fault, and that's why I was defending him. It's Vince McMahon, which is exactly why when I first entered this call, I said that man has to step down. And this goes right back to my first point. Vince McMahon is ruining younger talent. You know, this is a new generation of people. You know, I'm in my 20s. Heather's in her early 30s. We're going to be watching for decades, right? So it's like, this is a new generation of people coming up loving wrestling. We need people who are that obsessed like we are watching that run the entire company. And Vince, I just feel like he fizzled out years ago.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's in his...
The whole problem with that is Vince tried to do so much, so fast, that it overloaded his brain.
That's a good point. That's pretty much.
So he's having trouble keeping up with his own agenda.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, when he started this agenda, it was a good idea.
Oh, it was genius. When he started, it was genius.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But then
back in the 80s.
No, I'm talking later than that. I'm talking up to about
the Attitude Era. That's when he really. That's when it really peaked for him.
I actually want to go to the ruthless aggression era.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to go that far, because it was still good up until that point.
Yeah,
halfway
the lines were good, and
halfway through that era, that's when it started to fall apart, because that's when there were more pay-per-views, there were more live shows, there were more dates, there were more areas for them to go to. And they were expanding so much. They were just getting the network together. So with all of that going on, it became too much for him. So therefore, he's had to divide his attention everywhere, and it's become harder and harder and harder as he's gotten older and older and older. And yes, he's still in great shape.
He is, definitely.
But the mind itself is not that easy to keep in shape. And when you have that,
Heather's right.
When you have that much going on, and you have your brand to worry about, it makes it so much more difficult the older you get.
I want to ask.
Wait, JP Baker in the chat. That's actually incorrect when you say he can only book 3 months ahead or he gets confused. Actually, Vince flip flops the night of big pay-per-views, because I'm friends with a couple of columnists that have like inside knowledge, and a lot of times Vince changes his mind on the main event matches to every pay-per-view the night of. So you're wrong, but I love you though.
I want to ask both of you.
Mhm.
I was reading stories about this and hearing comments from on YouTube from various podcasts. Do you think that the WWE network should pay royalties to all the wrestlers in the past because they're showing footage from ECW, the NWA, OWWF from the 80s, and like say for instance, do you think they should?
Absolutely, it should.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They
yeah.
Absolutely, because
should,
it's, yeah.
however, I
Mhm.
think they're already getting paid because a lot of them they also have for the interviews.
Yeah. But here's the thing I question. We have two legendary performers, one who passed on a couple months back, who were in dire need of medical attention. We have Kamala, the Ugandan giant, who sadly is unable to walk because the lower halves of his two legs were removed from type 2 diabetes. He's in
Oh,
one of those wheel motor wheelchairs right now, and he's having medical bills issues by the pound. And we also had Bobby the Brain Heenan, one of
yeah.
the most lovable, respectable, coolest heel managers that ever existed. You
Hmm.
see, the Miz, I often see the Miz lately, and I see him trying to channel him in a lot of ways, But
Hmm.
but Heenan, him and Monsoon had the chemistry, the Abbott Costello chemistry.
Yeah.
Host, Wrestling
Yeah.
Challenge or Tuesday night primetime wrestling back in the day. And when you see what happened to him during the later years of his life, with the throat cancer, the surgery, his jaw being the way it was, if you've seen any of the photos of his how he looked back then, it's like, holy cow, it's sad, but it's very sad, it's just, and yet here we have somebody mentioned this as well. It seems like the WWE's picking their and choosing which charities to support. And another thing that gets me is that they could have reached out to the late great China, you know, with the
Um.
issues that
I'm
she
gonna
was
no,
going through.
Earl,
Can I?
Earl, I'm gonna
Can I?
stop
Can
you
Yes.
I?
there. I'm gonna
Mm,
stop you right there.
go ahead.
They tried to help China.
Hmm.
She was an alcoholic, she was a drug user, and she would not stop her ways.
That's true.
Because
You got a
she
point there.
decided she did not have a problem. So
Hmm.
they tried to help her.
Hmm.
She chose not to take that help because she
Ah,
did not believe she had a problem.
the self-denial.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. And you got a point there. If you're gonna if you're gonna get yourself better, you gotta help tag along yourself to get better as well. It can't be everybody else helping you. You gotta help yourself.
That is the first step to recovery. You have to
Mhm.
sit there and say, yes, I have a problem. I am ready for your help now.
Yes. Yeah, boy. So basically, and which is another thing. All the current wrestlers violating their wellness program. Do you think the WWE needs a crack down on that as well?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like if the WWE wants to be taken seriously as a sport, which Mia Khalifa, that stupid cunt porn star, I will drag her in a video very shortly, maybe tomorrow. Um, I do believe WWE is a sport, so they do need to take it more seriously. If Randy Orton does something fucked up, he shouldn't be said, "Oh, okay, a little tap on the wrist, no big deal, no big deal." But if Tyler Breeze does it, he's fucking done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to be fair to all of your athletes, whether it's Cena or whether it's Titus O'Neil. So come on now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
When it comes down to it, if you want to be taken seriously and you don't want your athletes getting injured as much, you need to be up on their wellness program and you need to be serious with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what they did to Paige. She was she
Yes.
was late for her test. That was it. She was late for it and they suspended her for a year.
She got suspended twice, actually.
Yes.
She, yeah.
So,
Ah. Hmm. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm gonna get off here for a second. I'll let everybody else get through it here. I think JP, just in case JP wants to get on here,
He
I
actually just
gotta.
said in the chat that his throat's really bothering him tonight, so I don't think he's going to be
Okay.
calling in. But
Okay. Shout out to you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man.
thank you for calling in, Earl. It's always great to
All
have you
right.
on.
Thank
Bye,
you very
Earl. It was
much.
nice
You
talking to you.
nice talking to you too as well, Valina. Have a good
Thank you.
one.
You
All
too,
right.
hon. Bye.
Bye bye.
So on to the Women's Royal Rumble. Heather, are you totally excited for it? I am.
I am excited for it. However, the way they went about announcing it, are you
Yes.
fucking kidding me?
I know. We were chatting about this via text, but did you explain to your viewers, like Heather, I have to give it to her. She made a brilliant point. How they're in a match and then Steph comes out, everybody's hunky dory, let me give everybody a hug. What? That doesn't make sense, you know? So I totally am in agreement with you there.
And I'm not the first one to notice it either. Jake DeMarco
No.
even said it. So it's just like, oh my
Yeah, a
fucking
lot of
god.
people.
You people are
Yeah.
sitting there tearing each other the fuck apart. And all of a sudden
Right.
Stephanie's music hits and it's just like, oh shit, we gotta behave.
Right, exactly.
The fuck? I mean, you had a viable feud going on there that was
Exactly.
just heating up, and now you're gonna ruin it. You're just gonna ruin it
Exactly.
with that. Had them all in the ring going, oh my god, it's so good, it's so amazing, fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ. It's so bad when it comes to that shit.
Tyler, I'm curious, because I know like we haven't really talked so much about wrestling, but like, what's your thoughts on Nia? Like, honest thoughts. Let's see if we share the same opinion of her.
There are some things about her that I absolutely love, but then there are other things that are just like the family name is playing a part.
All right, well, hon, you took the words right out of my mouth. See, this is why her and I are very close friends, you guys. So I was just gonna ask you this. This was my first thing. Do you think Nia would have a job if she wasn't related to Dwayne? I absolutely don't think so.
That's an iffy thing for me because I didn't see much
Really?
of her. I didn't see much of her NXT career, so I can't really give an honest
It wasn't
answer
much
on
to
that.
say. Wasn't much to look at.
So I didn't see much of it, but even without the family name, because of the fact that she is a bigger girl, they still might have brought her in.
She's not like most girls. I don't know. I'm not sold on her. I mean, I've said it on Twitter a lot, but like,
She's still,
and for her to walk out, because she wouldn't job to Sasha. Are you kidding me? Do the fucking job, dumb bitch.
No, she actually stepped out because of a back injury.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's different columns, I guess, but.
No, this was actually from Alexa Bliss.
Do you think she's just defending her because that's her best friend?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
come on, Alexa Bliss doesn't even defend herself in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
She just sits there. You don't like what I have to say? Go fuck yourself.
Well, what I really like about Alexa, she said this in a podcast. I believe maybe Sam Roberts it was. She said how a lot of the heels that are presented on TV are actually nicer than the faces in real life.
Absolutely.
So I definitely believe that for sure. Because I don't know if you know, but like apparently Sasha Banks is super rude in real life.
Well, all you have to do is look through her Instagram, and you'll find that out real quick.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like her. Do you? No, right?
I really don't. I mean, she has her moments where she's the dorky nerd girl, where it makes her kind of fun.
Yeah.
But then the hood comes out of her, and she's like, "No, girl, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it."
Who do you like besides Becky? I know Becky's your favorite, right?
Yeah, I like Becky. I like I'm gonna catch so much shit for this, but I do like Liv Morgan.
Really?
Yes.
Heather, I did not. Okay. News break here. News break.
And
Damn.
of course, Bloodbeard said it in the chat. Nikki Cross, that is my bitch. I love her to fucking death.
That's your bitch right there. You bad. You love bad bitches.
I do. I mean, I mean, one of my favorites when I was growing up was Luna Vachon because she was so
Luna's a
different.
baddie. I love her. Rest in peace to her. Amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, she was not pretty at all, but
But
the
that's what you love about her, you know?
exactly, she was out there kicking ass using tow truck chains as her workout equipment. It's just like I want to be like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What is it that, and in no way is this condescending. I'm just asking because
Hmm.
she's not good, really, in my opinion. What do you like about Liv? Do you like her style? Do you like the way she looks?
I like her
Or
style. I do.
okay,
She is that little tiny thing that has all this attitude but does not know what to do with it.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think she's cool on social media. I do follow her on social media. I think she's a really nice person, but her in-ring ability is so bad.
Absolutely, she's absolutely garbage in the ring. I'm not going
Oh
to
yeah,
dispute that. But I
yeah,
do
yeah,
like her because she is this little spitball of
yeah.
fire. I love that
Yeah,
about her.
she's sassy, very sassy.
Um,
And I
I
think it's fucked up that Enzo cheated on her multiple times in person, like in real life. Fucked
absolutely,
up.
please, he's
He's
a
a
fucking
scumbag.
pig.
He's a fucking pig. Yep, he's a pig.
Um, there's not really that many other women that I actually like. Charlotte's damn good. I will admit
Yeah,
that.
she's great.
And she's a fucking sweetheart in person too.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yes, he is, JP.
yeah, absolutely.
Does anyone else want to call in to join our wrestling conversation? Mello, Drew, anybody in the chat?
Drew, since your tooth is feeling better, do you think you could handle a conversation?
I feel like a lot of people are talking in chat, joining on the call. The thing is though, like, do you love Paige? Because I love Paige.
I like Paige. I don't love her.
Okay.
I love her style, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love her style. She's getting better with her in ring.
Yeah.
She was sloppy at first, but she was still very green when they brought her up to go against AJ
They
Lee.
brought her up when she was 21. She was still learning. Like that was insane to me that they brought her up that freaking quick.
Right. But she is getting better.
Yeah.
So maybe as she progresses more and I can see a more consistent performance out of her, I would love her. Um,
Oh, I actually do like Alicia Fox as well, to be honest with you. She's been there for 12 years, never got fired.
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
fucking
She's
awesome.
gotten nothing for her hard work.
That's why I like her.
And to think she started out as a wedding planner for Edge and Vicky.
Very, very lucky. Um, but I like all those people I mentioned, but I have to say my favorite obviously is Peyton Royce from NXT. She's
Oh, of
just
course.
she's so good. So good. Trained by Lance Storm. So Lance is amazing. I have a ton of respect for Lance.
Absolutely. He's done so much for the company itself.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Um that's pretty much it for the women. I
Oh, we can talk about this popular topic. I don't know if you watch NXT Weekly, but the big thing is Rousey's friend just got added to NXT. She just signed, Shayna Baszler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's going to be in a storyline with Kairi Sane, and I think she's going to have a storyline soon with Ember Moon. Now, here's my issue. I'm pissed that she's already getting fucking pushed to the moon because she's Rousey's friend. Don't you think nepotism and cronyism is fucked up?
Just slightly.
Oh, it totally is, in my opinion. Oh, Blood. So basically, Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey's best friend, signed a deal with WWE to be in their NXT brand. So she's going to be pushed to the moon to face Ember Moon eventually, if you like my play on words there. But, yeah. Ember Moon is good. I just felt like her title win didn't make the most sense because she did lose clean to Asuka at TakeOver Brooklyn 3. So, whatever. Are you super into NXT, Heather, or you watch when you can?
I watch when I can because with
Okay.
work I get home I'm exhausted and then I have
Yeah.
Foul Mouth Network to watch, so it's just like, oh
True.
god.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I catch up when I can.
Oh gosh, Alpha. I really hope not. I really hope not. Is she is shoved down our throats? I'm gonna be sick of NXT. I'll say that right now. You'll hear it first because that would piss me off.
Honestly, I do not think Triple H or William Regal will allow that to happen.
I hope to God not. But the thing is, though, they see Rousey. I feel like they're doing this to get Rousey in. That's what a lot of people are thinking. Oh, JP wants to be
I
added.
saw it.
Okay.
I know he would be able to stay away long since we're talking about wrestling.
Oh yeah, queen of watching the chat every 5 seconds. I love that. Because like, I'll go on some streams and the motherfucking host doesn't even check the chat. I think that's so rude, honestly.
Well, actually, I'm doing more than every 5 seconds. I'm watching the chat as I'm streaming. Because I don't have my
That's
TV
good.
on. I don't have anything else going on.
That's
I focus on that unless my phone goes
See-
off like I did earlier. My aunt texted
this is
me.
why
so.
my best friend is fucking amazing because she's so dedicated. She's the best host. Everybody put her over. Let's get her to 100 subs tonight. Fucking queen, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And yes, folks, that is on a shirt. So if you would like to go and buy it, you can find it in the Teespring storefront in the link below in the description.
Did he want me to add him to the call? What are we doing here?
I added him. I'm waiting for him to answer.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I wasn't sure. Oh, she totally is shit. She's... yeah.
Hello.
How you doing, JP? You holding up okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I have a little sore throat, and I don't want to burn my throat out for tomorrow night.
Honey. Honey's great for your throat.
I'm taking Halls in, and mom keeps yelling at honey, have some honey. I'm like, all right, Mom.
Oh, I don't want to be your mom. I just want to be your
No, my mother. My mother.
I know. I don't want to act like anyone's mom, though. So
I could be your dad, Valena. Come on. I am that
He is old enough.
I'm kind of into that idea. Yeah, so we're just on the topic of NXT. Are you a big fan of NXT, JP, or are you?
I'm not gonna lie. I only been paying attention to it for about a year, but then I went back. It was, I can't remember. They said go back and watch the Sami Zayn Nakamura match.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, all right. So I went back and watched it, and I'm like, okay, I'm hooked.
Oh yeah, I mean.
And I've watched it. I watch it. I don't watch it on the night that it comes on because I bowl on Wednesdays. So.
Oh, cool.
But I do watch it. And I do follow it. I watch all the takeovers. So.
Oh, DOLs. That would be amazing. I love Ricochet and Tessa. Oh my God, she's incredible, and she's so young too. She's amazing.
She hasn't signed yet though. Hopefully she does.
She's amazing, and she's hot as fuck. So,
I don't know. The thing with me is I'm like old enough to be some of these people's dad, so it's kind of creepy. That's just me though.
Well, it's
because
yeah, we can hear you. It's because you're respectful of people. That's why.
Of course.
I'm not. I'm just a little hoe. So
well, that's not true.
I mean, I honestly am just so like sexually open. Like I literally just say what's on my mind. But that's why people like me or dislike me. So like that's the fun part about Melina.
I mean, that Dan was talking to you before. I think it was last Thursday, Melina. Or no, yeah, I can't remember. But it was like she kind of took me aback. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm very sexual.
I mean, I got comfortable talking about it, but it's like, all right, if you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. I don't give a shit.
I honestly even filmed videos in just pasties, but I had to take them down because like YouTube would have banned my channel. So like that's how totally open I am. Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
I think sexuality or just sex in general is so taboo, and I feel like that's insane to me. Do you agree, Heather?
Yeah.
It is.
I agree.
Everybody has sex. What's the problem?
Yep. Totally agree.
So both of y'all are both like you both prefer the main roster, is what I'm gathering.
No, I love NXT. I love NXT. I think it's the best out. It's better than the main roster right now. To be honest with you.
Absolutely.
There's how do I say this without sounding like I don't want to say it wrong. There's too many people on the main roster.
Oh yeah, it could be overflowed. Yeah, for sure.
Because nobody's getting pushed, so they just stick with the top guys. That's why Roman Reigns is getting pushed all the time to keep him over. There's too many people, and that's why you don't see a Ty Dillinger. You don't see who else is out there. Like I forget names now because nobody pushes anybody. It's just Braun Strowman, Kane, and Roman Reigns.
Let me just take a short little swerve here. Fucking Kane. Here's the thing. I respect what Kane's done for the company. He's been there for over 20 years. So mad props to Glenn. I call him Grandpa Glenn. But, like, here's my issue. I would never in a million years think that in 2018 he's getting a shot at the Universal title.
Exactly.
What the actual fuck? Is there a TV on in the background?
That's mine. I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
I was watching A Christmas Story.
Oh, true, yeah. Heather, are you there? You're kind of silent, Queen.
I'm here.
She's listening.
I'm letting you get your voices out.
I always take up the goddamn stream. You can talk.
See, I have no problem letting other people talk. It's just when I try to talk and they try talking over me, it's just like, oh god, just shut up.
This is why I love her. She'll directly shade me to my face.
I have no problem doing that to anybody.
I love her so much. She's awesome.
I want to say this real quick about the Women's Royal Rumble. Don't take this the wrong way. And I think the men, too. I don't think they need it. Is it deserved? Yes. But do they need it? No. I just wanted to throw that out there. Don't want to sound like I'm being that guy because I think they deserve it. I love the women's division. I think they should be. They're the best thing going if they do it right.
Well,
in my opinion,
that's what I'm saying. I see both sides. There are people who say that it's not needed, but I feel like where it's at right now, it makes the most sense considering they just brought up 6 women last month.
Right. And I totally agree with you. I'm just saying it's not needed. They have nothing to prove to me anyway, personally.
The whole problem is they've kind of diminished the whole meaning behind the Royal Rumble and the fact that the winner of that Rumble gets to face the champion, no ifs, ands, or buts, by having the Andre the Giant over the top rope challenge.
Yep. And y'all know who's going to win that anyway.
Beautiful point, Heather.
And I agree with you 100%, Heather.
Great point. Exactly, sweetheart. See, and the thing with that, too, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, can we talk about that for a second? I feel like that's a career killer, that fucking match. To win that match.
Look at Baron Corbin.
Oh my god, we both love us some Baron Corbin. Love him so much.
I'm iffy on him.
Really? I think he's
iffy. Just iffy. Well, I think it's not him personally, it's the way he's being booked.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they fucked him over, had him cash in on Jinder Mahal and got rolled up. What the fuck was that all about? I could have done that. Give it to me. You know what I mean?
Jinder Mahal is a joke, to be honest.
He's a piece of... Don't even get me started on that cocksucker.
Totally.
Yeah, we want you to save your voice.
Yeah. You join my stream on Tuesday, you'll find out. Because I just got this funny fucking feeling that fucking cocksucker's going to be going at AJ Styles again at the Royal Rumble. Because who was with that match last week? Who was in that match? It was AJ Styles and Randy Orton and Shinsuke, and then Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and fucking Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
So, what are they building to?
Well, yeah, I feel like we're taking a lot of detours here, but to end the women's Royal Rumble topic, let's just end it by saying who we think is going to win. I think Asuka's the obvious choice.
She has to be if they want to keep her undefeated streak.
Exactly.
She can't lose. Yep, she cannot lose.
I could barely hear Heather because JP was talking over you, but like,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I'll shut up.
No. I think we all just have to let people talk separately. But no, Heather, you're absolutely right. If they want to keep our undefeated streak going, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people are saying, does it count as a loss if you're eliminated from the Rumble?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're eliminated from the Rumble, you lose the Rumble. So therefore, you have lost that match.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I have to give it to you there. What do you think, JP?
Okay, so I said this on Tuesday. She was in the ladders match. Did she lose? No. And I call them matches gimmick matches. Like the Royal Rumble is a gimmick match. Okay, she's never lost a handicap match. She's never lost a triple threat. She's never won a fatal four-way. She's never won a ladder match. What else has she been in? She's never lost a one-on-one match. She's never lost a tag team match. She's never lost the Survivor Series match. So, I mean, she's won at everything. Why would you have her lose at the Rumble? Makes no sense.
Right.
Makes no sense at all. That's my thoughts.
If they bring in Rousey, she's losing.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Exactly. It's a fucking waste of space. It's just a whole nother thing to get the fucking... Oh, we need star power at the WrestleMania. You have enough. You have Asuka. You have fucking Roman Reigns. Who? And I'm going to sit here and say that.
No, they need star power as in celebrity.
No, but I'm saying they have the star power. They don't need a fucking celebrity to come in and fucking wrestle. Even though all she knows how to do is a fucking armbar. It's all she knows how to fucking do. Mm-hmm. She can't fight. She can't fight. She sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's very entertaining.
Don't ever apologize. Yeah, don't ever apologize for your feelings.
Oh no! Sure I thought I was talking over people, just like I did now.
No, you're cool.
I know I'm cool. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
See, that just made you a dork. So.
I know.
JP, since you called in, what's your topic on wrestling? What would you like to discuss?
Well, I brought up the Vince McMahon thing to Heather.
Oh.
I don't call him Vince. I call him fuckface.
Yeah, totally.
I think he's a fucking piece of shit. Well, I should say that because yes, when you said it, he was brilliant. He was brilliant, and then he just overtaxed himself, and now he's the only thing they can do is recycle. Because he can't think of anything anymore. He's done it all.
Exactly.
I mean, you see, that's the whole problem. He's trying to sit there and think outside the box. Now he needs to start thinking inside the box.
Yep.
Sometimes the best storylines are the simplest storylines.
Right. Like Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. That was amazing.
That too. And I brought this up again last Tuesday, or was it Monday? I can't remember. The TLC match between Finn Balor and AJ Styles. How much of a story was in that match? Where was the storyline? Was there even a storyline? No.
No, there wasn't.
Was there a great story told in the ring? Absolutely. Was it really, really good? Imagine if they did have a storyline. So that's the way I see it.
I got a lot of flack for that because I made my top 10 matches of the year, and a lot of people in the comments were like, why didn't you include that match? Why didn't you include that match? First of all, it had no build to it. Secondly, it was good, but was it like top 10 worthy of the year? Debatable. For me, no.
No, and that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, imagine if there was a build to that story.
Oh, it would have been brilliant, probably.
Oh, it would probably have been the best one. Well, I don't know, Pete Dunne and what's his name? I can't think of his name. It's one of your top three, Belena. The United Kingdom title. What's his name?
Well, I'm ashamed you're asking what my top three are. You should watch my video on it.
I did, but I can't.
He's drawing a blank right now. That's the problem.
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so my first of 2017 was Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black. Second goes to Asuka versus Ember Moon, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Third being Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate, NXT TakeOver.
There it is.
However,
I kept on thinking of Zack Sabre for some fucking reason.
Oh, no, absolutely not. He's good, but no. This past week of NXT, you guys have to watch. It was Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate. Honestly, it was amazing. It was
I was gonna watch it tonight.
so good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it.
Yep.
Once I get caught up on everything, I'll be watching it. That's for sure.
You poor thing. You've been fucking overworked, and I hate that you've been so overworked.
Last week I worked 54 hours.
It's fucked up.
I'm afraid to look at how many hours I worked for this week, especially since I'm not going to be getting overtime because Monday is holiday pay.
Oh yeah, it's fucked up though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, at least you're off till Wednesday morning.
No, thank God. Which actually, I don't even know how well that's going to work considering our girl for the end of the night is off. So I'm probably going to have
Does
to...
that mean you have to stay?
Probably.
I hate that. Oh my God, there's nothing more I hate than being forced to stay.
If I have to go in at 8:45 and fucking work until 7, I'm going to shoot myself. Because it's like, I've done this schedule for a whole fucking week.
That's fucked up. Holy shit. Are you currently in the process of looking for a new job, Heather? Because I know they've been fucking working you to death.
I am, but I'm also looking at publishing sites for my book.
Oh, you're writing a book.
Queen is just going to become rich from her book. And then, like...
Yeah, I've actually been in the process of writing this book since 2003.
Heather! Damn! What is it on?
It's a sci-fi / paranormal book.
That's kind of hot.
Uh-huh. And it's also a bit of detective work and stuff like that involved in it. It's kind of like supernatural wrapped up in a book.
Is it kind of like ghost fucking? Because I'm into that
Oh.
idea. I shit you not. Like, I'm into that.
Not
Like, getting fucked by a ghost is my ultimate goal in life.
They made a movie about that. They did.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
Barbara
wasn't I
Hershey.
cast as the first lead?
Well, it was made back way like 19 before you were born, I think.
Oh, shit.
Barbara Hershey was in it.
Well, I
Why
don't know
does it
who
sound
that is.
familiar to me now?
I don't know who it is, but I'm not really into Hershey's. I'm more of a Reese's kind of girl.
Yep. So you still on for tomorrow night then, Heather?
Yes, I am.
All right. That's awesome. She's going to help me tomorrow, guys, so because I don't want to wear out my voice. So she's going to help me tomorrow night, and I'm
gonna
looking forward to it.
I'm definitely
That's
going
fine.
to try.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll be there.
I may be drunk by that point.
Are you guys doing a stream or something? Or...
Yes, I do a live stream every Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, lit.
I can take calls now, too.
Lit.
So, yes. But I'm going to get off of here so I can save my voice for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Go take a teaspoon of honey.
I will. And lemon juice. Or lemon juice, I heard, is really good, too.
It can be, yeah.
But yes, I will talk to you all later. Belina, it was nice talking to you.
It was so nice talking to you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, you will. Have a good night, guys.
Good
Bye.
night, JP. Thanks for calling in.
No problem, ma'am. Have a good night.
You too. As we hear one of the nieces screaming in the background. Well, BSR said he was going to be going live at 11 o'clock. So we got about 10 minutes here to wrap up. Yeah, so the book is going to be a series. I've already finished writing the first one. I'm about halfway through writing the second one. Yes. The series is called Ghosts and Dragons.
Okay.
And
I'm into it.
the first book is called The Gypsy Files.
Wow. How many pages, if you don't mind me asking?
With how I have it written in the book, I have it actually written out because I hand wrote it. It was 133 pages. So once it translates
Oh.
to book form, it might be a little bit more.
Mhm.
Because it ended up being something like 33 chapters.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely going to be looking into self-publishing with that. And one of the sites I found is actually through ebooks first, and once I sell 99 copies of that, it'll go into actual paper production. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
That's gonna be so amazing.
I'm hoping it works out and then I don't have to work at all anymore and just do
How
this for you
many
guys every day.
how many characters are in your first book? A lot? Or...
No, the first book just focuses on 4 main characters.
Oh, okay.
So, uh, ones that actually do the speaking, I'm talking. There are several characters named within the book, but
Mhm.
there are only 4 that have main speaking parts and actually carry the story.
Is it kind of similar to like a Stranger Things kind of book like that, or?
It's similar to that, but it's more like Supernatural, the TV show
Okay.
Supernatural put into a book.
Yes. Oh, okay.
But add in like Matlock and Law and Order, kind of detective
Oh, okay.
work,
Okay, so
but dealing with the
investigation.
paranormal world.
Oh, okay. Blood wants to know first person or third.
First person or third?
Yeah, like is it a
it's 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 a third person. It took me a
Yeah.
second. I'm tired. The monster didn't quite work as well as I was hoping it would.
I'm dead from that. You were like, what?
I had a blonde moment, folks. I'm sorry. I was born as a blonde. What can I say?
Oh my god, and my bestie's a blonde. Shit. Oh my god. That was so good. I'm honestly crying. That was so funny.
Uh, the book starts out in first person because it's actually the gypsy that is the culprit that's doing the speaking. And then from there it goes into third person.
How old are these characters? Like 20s, 30s?
Early 30s, late 20s.
Oh,
Around
okay.
there. Yeah. So.
It's gonna be lit.
Oh. I mean, if I could go through my pictures, I might have like the first paragraph of the first page just to give a teaser.
Then when you become big and famous, everybody's gonna be like trying to come back into your life. I hate people like that.
Yeah, well, they made that choice a long time ago, so they're not winning.
Fuck them. Not literally, because no one wants any diseases from them.
Exactly. Especially one in particular.
Not
Alrighty, folks. So again, in the description is a link to my t-shirts for sale. One of them is a sticker with hashtag STFD. You got the shirts with "Oh, it's time" on it, and then you have the shirt saying "Yes, absolutely" on it. All for sale for your leisurely picks and your lovely, lovely support. I will be on again Thursday. Hopefully, I am not just completely dead and just off the rails with this. So, here's to a great night, and I hope some awesome fun for the rest of the night and for. Damn it, Mello. Get ready for another episode of Raging Inc. on Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Please, everybody, like, subscribe, share the stream, get the word out that I am here to stay, and I'm going to be lighting shit up all day long. You guys have a great night, and I will see you soon.